Welcome to the Peaceful Wellness Podcast with me, your host, Deb Phelps. If you are ready to unite with your true nature and find the calm you need to go through this journey called life, then walk a while with me as we learn to be resilient with mind, body, spirit modalities. I am a meditation teacher, mindfulness coach, sound healer, yoga specialist, and these and other modalities have helped me to truly find peaceful wellness within. So let's take a mindful approach together now. Welcome back to another episode of the Peaceful Wellness Podcast, and I'm your host, Deb. As we journey further into our theme this September, which is Harvest of Self, Cultivating Inner Wisdom and Nourishment, this week we focus on nurturing growth. So dive with me into understanding how to fuel our minds, spirits, and bodies for genuine growth. So today on the show, I'll be sharing a personal story, an activity, journaling prompt, and closing with a guided meditation. And be sure to get this week's workbook to go along with this episode at debphelps.com/podcast. And certainly you can join with fellow travelers on our Peaceful Journey to Wellness Facebook group at debphelps.com/Facebook group. Before we dive into the heart of today's content, I wanted to share a small story from my past. Some many years ago, I was certainly overwhelmed by the demands of adult life, motherhood, life in general, you could say. And the bustling chaos of the world made it hard to find moments of peace. And in those times, I really longed for just quiet and green. And it's hard when you're living in a city, right? With the concrete jungles, so to speak. And I could say I decided to take some matters into my own hands. Now, as I share this with you, first of all, I want to tell you, I do not have a green thumb most of the time. I'm learning and I'm doing better. But at this time, I set up a little herb garden. It was just a very modest setup, a few pots of basil, mint, rosemary, thyme. And every morning I would tend to them, talk to them, watch as they slowly grew. It was a great teaching lesson for my kids as well. So this tiny patch of greenery became my escape, my sanctuary. And I marveled at the resilience of these herbs and that I could actually grow them too. And so even when I made mistakes like overwatering or missing a day, they forgave and they flourished. And I could say, as I reflect, that their growth mirrored my own personal development. What did these herbs teach me? Well, they taught me that with a little care, patience, and most importantly, self-love, we can nurture ourselves and grow in the most unexpected places. So when we talk about nurturing growth, I want you to remember that no matter where you are, physically or emotionally, you possess the power to cultivate and nurture growth within you. Growth is an inherent part of our being. Every living thing, from the tiniest of seeds to the mightiest of trees, seeks to grow, to reach for the sun, to expand its roots, and to spread its canopy. And we humans are really no different. Our souls long for growth. Our minds seek expansion, and our spirits yearn to soar. But what does it really mean to nurture this growth? What it means is just as a plant needs the sun, the soil, water, and air to grow, we too need the right balance in our lives. So let's look at the elements. Earth. Well, the earth, this represents our foundation, our beliefs, our core values, and they anchor us offering stability. The element of water. This represents our emotions, our ability to adapt, flow, and even cleanse our spirit. The element of fire. Well, that's our passion, our drive, and our ambitions. It's what fuels us, warms us, but unchecked can also consume us. The element of air. That's our thoughts, our intellect. It offers us the freedom to explore, to dream, and to think. When we think of nourishment, we often think of food. But beyond physical sustenance, how are we nurturing our minds and spirits? Are we consuming positive affirmations, learning new skills, or surrounding ourselves with uplifting company? It is equally crucial. Remember my herb garden story? Each herb needed different care. And similarly, every part of our being requires unique nourishment. One-off efforts rarely lead to sustained growth. Whether it's practicing mindfulness, honing a skill, or nurturing relationships, I will tell you that the real key is consistency. So doing something here and then maybe 3 months later there, it's not going to lead to sustained growth. As I said, whether it's practicing mindfulness, meditation, yoga, sound healing, any of it, nurturing those relationships, gaining a new skill. Consistency, again, is the key. And that's something that I recommend all the time to my students and clients, is to be consistent in your practice. So as with a garden, neglect can lead to weeds of doubt, fear, and stagnation. And this is why we stay with the consistency for that continued growth. It needs that care, it needs that cultivation. Now, as we grow, there will be aspects of ourselves that no longer serve us. Maybe it's old beliefs, maybe it's habits, or perhaps it's even relationships. Recognizing and pruning them away, as painful as it might be, allows for fresh growth and new opportunities. In essence, nurturing growth isn't just about forward momentum. It's about understanding ourselves deeply, recognizing what fuels us, what drains us, and making conscious choices that align with our true essence. That's how my growth has come to be. Yes, there's been times when I needed to weed away those ideas, those people, those beliefs and habits. But it's coming within, inquiring within, I like to say, is what really has fueled me and moved me forward. Making those conscious choices, as I said, that are in harmony with the truth of who I am. So we have to remember it's an ongoing dance of introspection, action, and reflection. So when those old beliefs about I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I need protection. So maybe for me, it was those old beliefs of I have to care for everyone else before myself, or I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving. You know, we hear those statements all the time, but those are things that we actually feel much of the time. And so those are ideas that I wanted to release and prune away because I wanted to grow. I don't have to stay with ancient beliefs about what I was taught growing up, about who I was or what I was to do. But it just doesn't end. As I said, it's an ongoing dance of the introspection, the action, the reflection. So, to truly understand and embody this, I have an activity for you. So, if you can get your journal and a pen, and we can look at this a little bit more, or you can save this for a little bit later. So, we're going to look at the four elements, right? So, earth is our foundation. So, think deep. What are the core values that ground you? And I want you to write 3 of these values down and describe a recent moment where you felt truly connected to each. Now, if you don't have a pen handy right now, do that within your own mind. What are those 3 core values? And what was a moment recently when you really felt connected to those? So let's move into the element of water, which is adaptability. Now, we know life is unpredictable. So here, recollect an instance where you effectively navigated a change or an uncertainty that you had. And how did that experience shape you? And just one instance is fine to use here. How did you adapt? And let's move into the element of fire now, which is our inspiration. And passion is the flame that keeps us going. And here, recall an event or moment that deeply inspired or motivated you. Describe that spark and consider how you can keep that fire alive. It's important to keep that fire alive. Keep the momentum. And finally, the last element of air, which is our liberation. Contemplation is really key. So identify areas in your life where you seek liberation, where you seek freedom. Are there beliefs or habits that are tethering you down? And here, I would like you to envision how releasing these can really help you soar. This activity isn't just introspection, but it's a map to your growth. And if you use this activity and engage deeply in it, you will witness transformation unfold. So I'd like to move into our guided meditation now, and that's Garden of the Mind, planting seeds of positivity. To nurture our inner selves, it's essential to take moments of stillness and reflection. So let's embark on a meditation journey today. Find that tranquil space, get into a comfortable position, whether you're sitting or lying down. Close your eyes gently. Begin by taking a deep breath in, feeling the cool air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs. Exhale slowly, releasing any tension or stress. With each breath, visualize yourself getting lighter, becoming more in tune with your inner self. Now imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a beautiful lush garden. This garden symbolizes your mind. The entrance gate is ornate, a sign of the intricate beauty within. And as you open the gate and step inside, you're immediately hit by the fragrant scents of blooming flowers and the symphony of rustling leaves. Walking through the garden, notice the various flower beds, each representing different facets of your life. Relationships, career, passions, challenges, joys. See how each bed has its own unique plants, some in full bloom, some just budding, while others might seem a bit withered. In the heart of this garden, you find an empty plot, fertile and awaiting new seeds. You find that you're holding a pouch filled with seeds. Each seed embodies a hope, a dream, an intention. Gently kneel down and begin sowing these seeds into the soil. As you plant each one, whisper to it, promise of care, understanding, and love. Nature begins its magic. Raindrops start to fall, nourishing the seeds you've planted. The sun peeks from behind the clouds, showering warmth and energy. The wind carries whispers of encouragement. The entire universe seems to be conspiring to nurture your intentions. Time fast forwards. You begin to see tiny green shoots pushing through the soil. These signify your intentions taking root, beginning their journey of growth. As they grow taller, stronger, and more vibrant, feel a sense of fulfillment and joy, knowing that with patience and consistent care, these will one day be in full bloom. Now it's time to exit the garden. But remember, the sanctuary is always here within you. You can revisit anytime you seek solace or want to check on your intentions. Slowly start to deepen your breath, feeling your surroundings. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes, grounding yourself back into the present moment. I hope this meditation provides you a sense of peace and clarity, nurturing the seeds of your intentions. Remember, growth is a journey, not a destination. My friends, today was all about understanding the essence of nurturing growth, drawing inspiration from nature and our experiences. So be sure to stay updated with me at debphelps.com/news. And certainly I invite you into mindfulness coaching so you can nurture your growth and resilience. And I offer tools like meditation and breath work and other ways that we can navigate challenges together. So if you're interested in a free 20-minute discovery call with me, go to debphelps.com/coaching. I invite you too to explore our online studio, a sanctuary crafted for you. And you can join our teachers for meditation and grounding mindfulness and various options for yoga and even energy healing, new and full moon circles. There's really something for everyone to nurture your growth. And finally, join our live Zoom Peaceful Wellness podcast circles every first and third Friday at 12 noon Central Time for enriching discussion on our month's theme and topics. I hope I see you there. As we proceed in our Harvest of Self series, next week we will be talking about harvesting joy. And remember that consistent, gentle care is key to profound growth. Till next time, be kind to yourself, nurture your dreams, and let growth be your guiding light. And as always, I wish you much peace. Thank you for joining with me today. For my weekly classes, meditation and modalities on-demand library, self-study courses, and private sessions, visit my website at peacefulwellness.org.